check your stream.
Yeah, I think it stopped and started.
There we. Okay, we're back.
Whoopsie-doopsie. I love
It
it
couldn't
that
handle. It couldn't handle.
it couldn't handle the blood.
It couldn't handle Leslie as Dracula.
Mm-hmm.
Dracula, Dead and Loving It, underrated Mel Brooks movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're back. Sorry about that. I wasn't expecting that. Anyway, so yeah. So she's not a vampire. She's a clone of an
Mhm.
alien. Oh, thank you for the drink. I drank a whole bottle of water before the stream started, though. Uh, which is the same for all the dead apostles. And then in the 12th century, uh, the church was all like, "Well, guess we got to do something about this." And so then stuff happened. Although I don't know if it was. No, wait. The 12th century, it wasn't the church who did it, it was Archwade who decided to.
Oh,
I think. Yeah, it was Archwade who then decided to chop down a bunch of the dead apostles. But then she's like, dang, now I'm craving blood. Well, I guess I need to go to sleep for 1,000 years or so. Dracula and the Paler, it was the church that did it. Oh, we haven't gotten to him yet.
that is a separate character.
Yeah, that is a separate character.
Although you fight them back to. You fight them back to back in Fate Extra.
That is true. You do fight them back to back. Well, actually, you fight one on one route and then the other on
Oh,
the
okay,
other route.
that's
Yep.
right.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like no matter what, you're all fight a vampire.
Yeah, you'll fight a vampire. Well, one is a fake vampire. Arcawade's a fake vampire, guys. And you're like, oh,
Fake?
cool. Are there any other true ancestors? Yes, there. You can get some one-on-one action with Dracula, especially in Fate Grand Order. But honestly, not many people are horny for him. We've just kind of accepted him as an uncle
Mm-hmm.
who knits us
Depends
sweaters.
on which. There are. Well, here's the thing. There are multiple Draculas in Fate.
There are multiple Draculas in Fate. So you'll have to tell me which one, but we'll get there when we get to the Dracula episode because we'll probably touch on it when I get to Lancelot, but that's a different situation. Which one is the Impaler?
Oh,
Both. Both are the Impaler.
mm-hmm.
Don't worry about it. It'll
They're
make
both
sense when we
Lancers.
get there.
They're
Yeah,
both Lancers.
they're both. That's true. They are both Lancers. Although one was turned
And
into
they
a
are.
berserker for.
That's only in Grand Order.
Yeah, that's only for Grand Order though.
And they are both Silver Foxes.
Yep. Yeah, Dracula is a totally different thing, and also I guess I just since you brought it up, so they're what we call fictional vampires, which means they operate as we believe a vampire to operate as. Uh, Vampires from Type Moon are sometimes not vampires. I think most of them are technically more ghouls. There are humans that can get turned into vampires and I think are legitimately vampires, but most of them become ghouls. Only there was only like one character who actually succeeded into turning into a vampire, and she never got a route. So, well, not that kind of ghoul. They kind of just I think they kind of just stand around and be dumb. Uh, some ghouls eat the dead. See, a ghoul changes a lot depending on which mythos you're looking at. Sometimes they're just smart zombies and etc. I can't like put a definition on what a ghoul is. Anyway, but.
Is it part of the lore that ghouls eat meat?
Oh. Well, I'm not talking about the lore
No, no,
in
no.
Type
That's little
Moon.
Ronnie.
I'm
That's little
talking
Ronnie.
I'm talking about in weird lores around the world that they vary depending on which uh culture they're from. Uh and I'm not sure in Type Moon. I'm not sure what these things are. I haven't done full research. Little Ronnie is a not a ghoul. She's just a cannibal.
No, but she is a corpse eater.
Yeah, she is a corpse eater. Little Ronnie is just a cannibal. Don't.
We'll get to her.
We'll get to her. We'll probably get to her when we talk about Black.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
We'll have McDonald's that night.
Yeah. It'll make sense. I promise. Anyway.
Isn't that the Chinese vampires?
Chinese vampires?
Jiangshis?
I think so. I'm not sure. I can't. Guys, I'm trying to talk about Arcalene. Hooping vampires. Uh. Bada bada bada. So basically, during the time of the 12th, well, actually, okay, so this is how it really went down. 12th century, Arcawade went on a executioner's feast. She just killed a lot of the true ancestors who had bloodlust. She didn't get any bloodlust or anything from this. And so this is where Roa comes in. And,
Question.
And basically, he tricks her more or less into drinking his blood, and that caused her to turn berserk, and it wiped out all the true ancestors, and Roa became a big dead apostle. That's why this is why this time like should because I can only assume that a couple of true ancestors are probably actually fine in the Fate universe. But don't listen to some of the terms thrown around. We're going to move on to the next thing, and we'll talk about a character who they call her a true ancestor. She is not a true ancestor. So there's a character called Consort U in Fate who gets classified as a true ancestor. Okay, so she also has like blood type abilities and stuff like that. So this is why it's like there's so Consort U is an elemental slash fairy type Chinese mythological being. It's not loading on my side, the picture.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
How about now?
Hang on. There we go. Yep, there we go. So she is a elemental slash fairy who is powerful enough that she gets classified as a true ancestor. So they're not true ancestors. They just get called true ancestors because basically a true ancestor would always look like Arcawade because they're clones more or less. That's why.
And that is not a Saber clone.
Yeah.
So it can't be. She can't be a true ancestor.
Yeah. So yeah, so basically all true ancestors would look exactly like Arcawade. The example of this in a side story called Suki no Sango. There is a girl who looks pretty much almost exactly like Arcawade. I believe she's actually like, because there's like two different girls. There's the one girl who lived on the moon, and then there's one girl who lives on a village who is supposedly descendant of the girl who lived on the moon. Basically, I can only assume that those are a couple of true ancestors that existed in that. They're true ancestors who existed in the dead. This is basically an apocalyptic
Mhm.
timeline.
Notice the lack of red eyes in his picture.
Yes, because she is a that one is a half. I believe she's half true ancestor because her mother got it on with a human. Uh, but the other girl in it, from the girl from the moon, I believe does have red eyes. But I could be wrong. But yeah, there's two girls
Yeah.
in
Is the
Tsukihime.
other one the one in the is the other one the one in the Komodo?
I think so, yeah. Does she have red eyes? I mean, I knew she almost looked like exactly like Arcuade. I think I want to say more or less they're probably because she was on the fucking moon, man. I want to say that she is pretty much.
Look,
Uh,
it's very dusty up there. It'll aggravate your
yeah, she has
sinuses.
red eyes.
Mhm.
So yeah, the most so her mother was most likely a true ancestor. It's just dumb stuff. Anyway, that's so this is like the only other thing that I can say that we've seen a true. This is like how my example of all true ancestors are going to look almost exactly like Arcoade because they are clones of Red Eyes. So yeah, that is how to differentiate things. If you ever like hear this terminology thrown around, and you're like, and then they're like, well, technically she's not a true ancestor, but we're not going to get into details about that. And they're like, wait, what the fuck does that mean? Well, this is what this means. You is basically a force of nature who was given a body.
Yes.
So, there you go. Uh, I just thought it was important to bring that up just to get to differentiate what is a true ancestor and what is not a true ancestor. But anyway, so yeah, Arkawade gets tricked into drinking blood. She goes on a rampage. She kills Roa with the burial agency, but Roa wasn't dead because he knows how to use reincarnation, and he just takes over a new body every time he finds a new host. Basically, he's almost like Zokin minus the worms.
So he had the worm medication.
Pretty much. So after they killed Roa, Arkawade decided I'm gonna go sleep indefinitely because I need to track down this guy who keeps reincarnating every time, and I gotta wait it out so I can kill him for realsies. And it did happen.
Mm-hmm.
It did happen. It took some guy named Shiki that he took over some guy's body named Shiki. Not to
Not
be
that cheeky.
not to be confused with the Shiki, the main character. Look,
Mm-hmm.
the Tono family is weird, okay? Let's not get into details of that yet. But he took over Shiki, and then he's like, "Wah ha ha ha," and then we're like, "Well, we kill you now," and he died for realsies after 17 times of being reincarnated. That's how many times it took to kill him for good. But hey, I guess that was kind of a spoiler, but I think they're rewriting the story for because at least that's what it looks like to me
Mm.
in the previews.
Kind of a downer.
Downer. But
Since he's kind of the main character.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, so I hope Sugihime gets English translation so all of you guys can enjoy enjoy this story officially with an English translation that has been approved and is on Steam, I really most want to be able to pay for this goddamn thing. So
Yeah.
that way more new stuff gets created and they don't just keep doing Fate over and over again. But I'm not even saying I want Tsukihime. I'm just saying I just want a new, brand new thing for once. Because there's a lot of magic bullshit going on in the Type Moon universe.
Yes.
Did you know there's a fucking cell phone that can talk? But we've never actually gotten a full thing for that thing. You see them in Carnival Phantasm. They're there for a few. For like the last episode or something in the first Carnival
Yep.
Phantasm.
Everything is canon.
Yep. Hoping vampire. The myth is they literally hop around to move. Yes, pretty much.
Yes, the pogo stick vampires.
Yeah, pogo stick. Uh, so Archway is around over 800 years old, possibly. But we can't know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Our only like indicator of how Archway is because she met Roa in the 3rd century. But obviously she was born before that because she was a small child at one point when she was born from the moonbeams. It's fucking weird, okay? And that old guy was there.
Needless to say, she wore her hair a lot longer in her childhood.
Mm-hmm.
However long that might have been.
Well, she gets her hair long again every time she enters princess mode, I guess. Or
Because that's just a thing that happens. That's just a trope.
yeah, it just happens. I mean, I don't think we've actually really officially seen that form except for when she is chained up asleep or when or in the fighting game, I assume that was probably an outfit in the fighting game. Uh
There's also that fake concept art for that anime that never came out.
mhm.
Here's another official picture.
But
This was from
anyway,
Carnival Phantasm.
mhm. But anyway, Arcoade is an interesting character because she usually ends up in the top 5 most voted female character when they have polls for who the family is. So Arcoade for the first 4 popularity polls was ranked first, and then she was ranked 5th during the Type Moon's 10th anniversary character poll. So needless to say, I guess a lot of new characters came in.
Or it means that Takeuchi fudged the numbers.
He's probably fudging the numbers. He's probably maltering.
It's like, see, people don't even like. It's like, see, people don't even like Arcwood. I'm gonna draw more sabers.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. Second Type Moon Best Character poll. Oh, it looks like Shiki Ryogi was first in that one.
Acceptable.
Mm-hmm. And into the 10th anniversary. Oh, guess who's the top character in the 10th anniversary character poll?
Top.
Guess who's the top character in the 10th anniversary poll? It doesn't happen to be a certain cash cow character.
Could it be Ren?
No, it's Saber.
I thought you were not being sarcastic.
No, then it's Shiki Ryogi, and then it's Archer, and then it's Rin Tokusa, and then it's Arcuade.
Huh.
So Rin is before Arcuade. And Archer is number 3, as he should be, because he is best girl.
Yes.
Just kidding. I think this is a all the character poll, but I just think it's hilarious that the top 5s are all girls except for Archer. So
And he has a bigger bust than any of them.
he does. So he is clearly best girl, best mom. Mom for the win. Thank you, mom, for making all of our meals in Caldia. I hope you're getting a good pay pay for doing it. Who are we kidding? He doesn't get paid to cook.
No, he does it because he's passionate about it. He likes it.
He likes it. And he likes taking care of us because he's a good mom.
Hmm.
Basically, me the whole time playing Fate Extra while doing the Archer route. Shut up, mom! You don't know me!
God, you're such an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
What did I do to you? I'm not even the person you want to go back in time and kill.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Oh, sorry, I'm still distracted by this character poll. Surprisingly, someone who's in the top 10 is not even from like the mainline things. It's from Maosuki no Yoru,
Oh,
which is
who's the character?
it's Alice Kunonji, who's a witch. Uh,
The bitch.
a witch. Basically, it's like a side story with Aoko as the protagonist. I think it's not. It's not the. I don't think.
Ah, I see.
Yeah,
She's got like the whole black. She's got like the whole like
yeah, pure.
Ray XB with the black with all black.
Yeah,
She looks like an emotionalist girl.
yeah, yeah. So, oh wait, no, this is the visual novel where I said, and Aoko can use true magic. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's what that scene was. Everybody's like, nah, it's fifth magic, and I'm like, fifth magic is true magic. Shut the fuck up. It was bullshit. It was weird. She did time travel. She's like, I made sure all those things at event didn't happen, so my boyfriend didn't die. My boyfriend who never shows up ever again because nobody can know.
Don't want Shiki to get any ideas.
So here's comments for Natsu upon characters who are in the top 20 popularity poll. Alice Kunonji, the modern witch on Holy Night. Alice Kunonji is now in the top 10. I thought my angel would easily take first place, but the oldies were entrenched. Ah, and Alco's ranking as expected. Oh, so Natsu, were you fudging the votes? Gilgamesh, he debuted in FSN and showed up in many other places, even in Extra. This is our AOU Gilgamesh at number 9. You asked why we separated FSN and Zero versions? It's because two Gilgameshes were very different. Which one did you
That's
fall in
true.
love with? The not very prideful horny king of heroes, or the prideful boss king of heroes? Welcome to the Teachers Get Distracted for 10 minutes before we go back to talking about Arcoade. Let's see. Sakura Malto. It's been 8 years since this shocking "how did it happen" first popularity poll. The Times have finally caught up with Sakura. No, Sakura has finally caught up with the Times, considering they were 200 competitors. Her position is quite the leap. Pure blackness, that is. Kohai type female protagonist Sakura is now number 8. Endure, Sakura. Your time to shine will come.
That's a sign. That must be the guy who wore the Sakura print T-shirt to that showing of Heavensville I went to in
Yeah.
public.
Aoko Ozaki, the newest magician from Witch on the Holy Night, is finally here. Aoko Ozaki. There's been comments like she was more a hero than a heroine, and One does not love Aoko but admire her, and even the development team, which had rumors that Aoko will lose to Alice. However, Aoko staunchly defeated her position as heroine of the story without a doubt. Aoko is all ready to go.
What is with that comment?
I don't know. Apparently, Aoko is not one you fall in love with but admire. Anyway, Ryder.
That guy's just in the closet. He wants to be domed, and he just won't admit it.
Yeah. Ryder, the world itself cowers before him. It is natural for you to become his subordinate. The most charismatic one in Zero, the king of conquerors, Ixander, has muscled his way to number 6.
Now
Focus.
that's another character who is deserving of best girl.
Yeah. Focus on the faraway land without turning back. I think that is the destiny of mankind. You know, it would not be surprising if the writer in Extra just showed up in the Hetatoroi. I can't pronounce that properly ever. Hetatoroi. I can't. King's Army. And I can't pronounce it. Arcade Brunstead. Have you heard of Tsukihime? Once upon a time, it was extremely popular. Now it's an archive in the background. The only people who have not heard of this is probably the newbies. This is Type Moon's original heroine, Arcade, at number 5. This is one remained at number 5, not because of her potential as mediocre for future activities of the Pure Princess. Please stay tuned.
Did they really just pull out, like, you millennials?
Yeah, pretty much. Rin Tosaka, double ponytail, miniskirt, and black stockings, genius magus, and meddling honor student Rin Tosaka, and had overwhelmed her sister, as well as many heroines. Archived number 4. It is it because Rin was so active? She's visible in many works. She became closest to the female second place. This is Rin Tosaka. If Saber is the face of Fate Stay Night, then Rin is the usher of... Welcome, Gio. I'm reading Natsu commenting on his popularity poll. Just like Sakura, she will be active in CCC more than you think. Yes, this is right. This popularity poll is from 10 fucking years ago. This was...
Oh, Lord.
At least I think it was from 10 years ago, if my math is correct, but I might be wrong. Was CCC 10 years ago?
Fate Extra was 10 years ago.
Yeah, close. So this was...
Wasn't that 2011 Fate Extra?
I think so. So this was like 9 or 8 years ago, probably, because I know CCC didn't come too long after.
Yeah.
We just never got it here in America because
It's
the
like
PSP was on its way out. Also,
the reason why Ren is so popular is just because she has zero common sense.
Oof, that's right. Oof. Please play Fate Extra Record when it comes out on all of the platforms. It's a very good game, and I'm looking forward to see what they change in it because there's no fucking way. Although I'm mostly looking forward to seeing all of the events in motion because the PSP was very limited at the time. So I'm very looking forward to seeing the cutscenes. Because what we've got so far looks beautiful. And I definitely can't wait to see Taiga hit her face on her way in to the classroom.
She is going to die.
Well, Fate Extra is relatively not too long. It should be quicker now that they've changed the battle system. So...
And when you're done with that, be sure to check out the Knights of the Old Republic remake that's coming out. Fate. So yeah, I guess we should go back to talking about Arcoade since we have the stragglers walking into class. Yes.
So I'll go through the recap for you guys. Arcoade. Her anime doesn't exist.
No.
Anime doesn't exist.
What's Dio doing
There
here?
are what I can only assume to be fan drawings of her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's Dio doing here? Don't worry about it. Uh, so Arcoade is a true ancestor, and a true ancestor is basically a clone of an alien who craves blood. Eh, win some, you lose some. Uh, Basically, she went a good portion of her life not knowing about her bloodlust, but then this dude shows up and be all like, "Hey, I tricked you into drinking blood," and then she kills everybody. Uh, a true ancestor is not to be confused with with late consort Yu, even though she gets called a true ancestor, because they're kind of close in concept, but not the same. Basically, all true ancestors are like Arcoade and this chick here, where they look pretty much exactly the same because they're clones. Plus Nier, plus Dark Souls 2. Dang, you have a lot of things to do.
I also need to play Scarlet Nexus. I have it on my computer. I have not touched it.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to see what you do with Scarlet Nexus. So Consort U is an elemental who was given form. I mean, true ancestors are kind of made in the same way, but they're clones of a person, so don't worry about it. Anyway, so Arcoade, she was born through the moonbeams, and that Zeldritch guy was there. And they were like, "Dang, what is her purpose?" And she was like, "Well, I don't know." And then we're like, "Probably to beat aliens if they come to Earth." I guess so. Strongest person in the world. Everybody is terrified of this chick. If you met her, run away. So she's like, after getting tricked to drink blood, she's like, "Well, I better sleep for 1,000 years so I can kill him for realsies this time." And then she does, and then she's successful in it. We won't go into detail because that may be spoiling the plot of Tsukihime. Yes, we will be streaming extra when it comes out, so you can watch us. You can watch us play the games. We'll probably be competing against each other to see who can beat it first. For extra funsies, I will probably be playing Tamamo because she is a fox girl who has pink hair, and I feel like we have a kinship because I am a dog girl with pink hair. So,
but she's not really a fox; she's a jackal.
Yeah, she's a jackal, but she calls herself a fox. I mean, she wants to be a fox. Why don't we just let her be what she wants to be after?
Let it be said that we are allies.
Yeah, we are allies, guys. Let the jackal be a fox.
We support trans rights.
Yes, we support trans species rights. A jackal can be a fox if they want to be. Heck yeah. Sorry for the bad jokes, guys. I believe in South Park humor. Everything is allowed for me to make fun of. Nothing is off limits. So, anyway. So as you can see all these images by eye there, these are... Yeah. You gotta do your own streams and working stuff. We're usually only around at nighttime anyway, because we also have the day jobs.
Yes, we have these things called responsibilities, and they fucking suck.
They're terrible. I hate them.
I know.
But I need the money.
Why can't I just win the lottery?
Because nighttime for whomst. For me. Nighttime for me. For whomst. For whomst. You live in Europe? Isn't it your bedtime?
They are like 6... Britain, at the very least, is 6 hours... Yeah, so you're like in Britain, then.
I have friends, and I have VTuber friends who are in Britain. Don't you come in here and saying that it's not your bedtime unless you're in, like... Are you on the night shift or something? What are you doing up at 3 a.m. if you're not on the night shift? Are you on your lunch break for night shift?
Well, to be fair, we did tell him that he had to come to school.
Yeah, it's true. You're on vacation. Holy shit. And you're up at 3...
when I go on vacation, I sleep for like 8 hours a day.
So the normal amount.
Yeah, because on a regular day, I get maybe 5 hours of continuous sleep.
You know what? I'm just really happy that it's Friday evening and that I don't have to go to work tomorrow.
It's Friday, Friday, no work tomorrow. Ah, summer is pain. Oh, are you a teacher or something, and that's why you're on vacation?
Either
Or
that or he's a student.
oh, are you a student? I don't know. My mom is a teacher, so that's why she's on vacation right now, and she's like, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to school. It was terrible with COVID, and none of my kids. You work on a dog daycare. Oh, so dogs have summer
Good.
vacations too.
When I go on vacation, I need to find a place where I can kennel Cherry.
Mm-hmm. Can you believe that? He's going to kennel me.
I'll leave you your laptop. You'll still be able to do streams.
Dang, rude, man.
It's just there's going to be a lot more barking.
Rude.
Yeah, but you say the summer is pain. I'm from the American Southeast, and summer in the American Southeast, that is a whole different kind of pain.
It's 71 degrees up here in North.
Let's actually see what the temperature is right now at 9 o'clock in the evening in South Carolina.
Up here in New England, where we're probably going to have a bunch of rain. It rained for like a whole week.
Yeah, it is 9 o'clock at night, and it is 86 degrees.
Wow, I'm glad I don't live in the South in America. Although my parents are planning on moving to Florida at some point, so.
My parents are actually planning on moving a little further north to North Carolina. It's like we started in Connecticut, and now we've just been gradually working our way further down the the East Coast, and now they're going back up. Now that they're towards their retirement
I hear
years.
that you can get a lot of good money for a bang for your buck if you go live in Maine, but that's only because I work at a marijuana company, and they're all like, I just want to go to Maine, where the weed business is good. And you can get, like, whole acres for, like...
But there's, like, nothing up there in Maine, is there?
Yeah, there's weed.
I don't think there's anything in Maine.
There's weed.
Okay.
They let me know that there's weed.
Let's be honest. There's weed everywhere.
Yeah, there is weed everywhere.
It's not legal everywhere, but it is everywhere.
They sell edibles and stuff in Maine that are the shit, so says my friends at work. Co-workers. They're not really friends. Welcome to Cherry being savage. And I'm like, look, you have your work buddies, and then you have your real buddies. It's...
Yes. I very much had that dynamic when I was working.
Mm-hmm.
I still had that dynamic because I continued to work.
I do not want to be friends with them out of work. Sorry, guys.
Well, it depends on which people I'm working with.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if my current coworkers ask me to do something, I'd be like, yeah, sure. If, like, the last people I worked for asked me, it's like, no, you're not worth my time.
Sorry if any of my coworkers are watching back on this thing. It's not that I don't want to be friends with you, or I just don't want to, like, hang out after work. I'll play video games with you, sure, no problem. In fact, I got one of my coworkers and his wife hooked on Final Fantasy 14.
The guild is growing.
The power! I'm thinking of getting him into the guild. Unfortunately, I keep missing him when he plays. I'm hoping that this Sunday maybe we'll both be on at the same time, because Final Fantasy works in a way where the character you have to be on, and the other character also has to be on in order for you to be able to send a friend request. So, yeah. He managed to get into Marlboro, so I'm going to be like, hey, fam, is it cool if I put this World of Warcraft refugee into our guild? Because that's what he is. Because he was like, oh, it's like, I'm in so much pain
because
Did
I was playing World of Warcraft for the longest time, but I need a new game because it's just bad now. And I'm like, well, you could play Final Fantasy 14. A lot of people are going there. Even the bitter guy Asmongold also went to also decided to try out Final Fantasy 13. Anyway, all right, have a good night. I hope
there's less employee abuse.
yeah. Mhm. Less employee abuse. So I hope you have a good, fantastic evening, and I hope you'll drop by to class sometime in the future if it's available to you, or just catch it on the VOD.
And hey, if you're gonna be up at 3 a.m. tomorrow night, we're gonna be streaming a Star Wars game.
Yeah, Star Wars, where I become the evil empress one day. One day it'll happen for about 5 seconds, and then I get usurped. And sorry, I keep getting off topic.
And then the timeline corrects itself.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I keep getting off topic because once you burn through the true ancestor stuff, there's not really much to talk about Arcoade except for what happens in the series, and I'm not sure if I want to talk about it too much.
There's really not much. There's honestly not much more to talk about with her.
Yeah.
We could talk about her in Carnival Phantasm. She has a magical girl form.
Yeah, she's a magical girl in Carnival Phantasm, but I think it also probably happened in the fan disc, probably just like how the magical lion girls also happened.
It's Type Moon. Everything is canon.
Everything is canon.
There is a canon universe where Arcoade is a magical girl.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It exists. There is also a canon universe where Arcoade is like a sheep person, while there's like this while magical girl Satsuki has to defeat all of the things so that one day she will get a route. Unfortunately, Satsuki is probably never getting a route. Poor Satsuki.
What?
We tried.
I'm sorry. Sheep person?
Yeah, she was the 8th gold heroine in Back Alley Satsuki.
Ah, Satsuki,
the fluffy idol Morkuade. I think it's supposed to be like Arcoade combined with Moe.
Yeah, what are you talking about? That back alley thing with the other two girls. That was her route.
Yeah, that was her route. She got to be the back alley girls, where they just tell bad jokes during Carnival Phantasm.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's
the
all
one
proceeding according to my calculations.
Mm-hmm. And the one time that things go well for her, all of the rest of the members are like, "Oh, this was a total failure of a thing. Well, I guess we have to break up." And she's like, "Wait, what?" But it was going so well.
It did not go according to the calculations.
Mm-hmm. Yep, basically here it is. The only person who successfully became a vampire, in a sense of the word. Because she just flew past the stage, which where they're like mindless zombies for a period of time before they can become vampires.
This only makes sense if you played Skyrim, but basically, she got the Dawnguard DLC.
Yeah. So our guess is that she probably is one of the weird exceptions of the rule, that she probably has like a crazy amount of magic circuits for this to work. She's probably like flat in that regard, where came from normal upbringing, but all of a sudden, whoop, magic just randomly here exists.
Flat.
Yeah, flat. Oh boy, that kiddo. Basically, they just got them weird magic that defies logic. Occasionally the earth pumps out
characters like this.
Hmm.
And I guess this is the best place to actually talk about Sasuke and the Arcuate stuff because she doesn't really have anything else going for her. There was gonna be a route for her, but
Maybe there
not,
will be in the remake.
maybe there'll be one in the remake. We don't know how many routes they're making for the game yet. There were
I mean, there were
5.
5 in the original. It's
Yeah.
not like that's a huge amount.
Yeah. There were 5 in the original. Of course, it's possible that they're cutting down instead
Maybe.
because they are reworking the routes.
I mean, the routes in Fate X and the routes in Fate Extella were pretty short.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. I mean, I don't know how the new visual novel is going to go down yet. Uh I think CL's trailer for her route went down recently. And
Yeah, that just dropped.
yeah, people were. From what I saw in the comments, it looks like CL's route is going to be heavily reworked. So because they're like, yeah, Arcuate is finally as intimidating as she should have been, or something to those effects in the route. So
Hmm. Do you think the game will be less rapey?
no, I'm being honest.
It's like,
I mean, I think it's possible that there won't be any sex scenes or anything, but do I think there'll be less rape? No. I mean, they just
you're
won't be
probably
written
right.
out this time around. That's all. It'll happen, but cause
ain't that a tagline? Tsukihime, we guarantee the rape is there.
Well, it's like I don't know what's gonna happen with the Tsukihime remake because I assume they're because Natsu isn't really all that big into sex scenes actually. That's why when he reworked,
Yeah, I believe that.
yeah, that's why when he reworked the Fate games for the PSP, that's why all the sex scenes were out, not because of restrictions. Oddly enough, there aren't really a lot of restrictions in Japan for like what things can go on the consoles.
And not to mention, and like definitely wasn't because the sex scenes themselves were just god awfully written.
Mm-hmm. We honestly believe Natsu probably had one of his co-workers at the time probably write those for him because I don't think he enjoys actually writing that stuff.
It's like creepy Dave. He's in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, creepy Dave, we've got a job for you. It's like, my time has come.
Yeah.
Don't say come.
Because Natsu jokes about pervy things, but when people make it happen, he's like, "No, I didn't mean it." Because unfair. When you pre-ordered Fate Extra CCC in Japan, you got a narrow booba mouse pad, which he jokingly said is like, "Oh, we could have like a booba mouse pad of narrow for like things," and they're like, "Okay, done," and he's like, "No, I was joking." He didn't expect the Fate Extra CCC people to be so horny. Like for example, he told the people when they were doing Gilgamesh's models, he's like, "Oh, we could probably just use the swimsuit model, and we could just obscure it so that way you don't have to have." And he's like, "No, we got the naked model." And he's like, "What?" It's like, "Yeah, somebody worked off time to get the naked model done."
It's like you say that, but then there are people who create mods for games that include full nudity. And it's like, I believe it.
Mm-hmm. Somebody took
Yeah,
the time.
I have to imagine like whenever that happens, Nasu just like looks at the camera and the Curb Your Enthusiasm music starts to play.
Pretty much. This is why I say like Natsu. He writes a lot of dark things, but generally he is a very positive kind of person.
Yes.
Like a lot of his stuff usually has unrealistic happy endings, which is why I like say like the Sakura route true ending is like, in my opinion,
Meh.
BS because of all the stuff that happened. So like, what is Shiro and Sakura gonna do? Hold hands for the rest of their lives, not doing anything because Sakura is emotionally and socially abused her entire life. There's no way that she's fucking recovered. Anyway, um, Natsu, overall, very positive guy. That's why he got so mad at Urobuchi.
Yes, I remember that.
He got so mad at him for making Sakura's life even worse and for animating it. And he pretty much told him when he was writing his route for Fate Geo, he's like, "Don't you fucking dare! Don't you fucking dare make a depressing chapter." He's like, "Write a good ending."
It's like I remember like the actual quote was like something like believe in the power of people for God's sake.
Mm-hmm. Uh, so honestly, the Fate Zero crossover actually wasn't that good, and I think that's because Urobuchi was pretty much being held at gunpoint to to write a nice ending. At least my opinion. I think it's one of the most forgettable events that happened in FGO.
I just remember it was a good grinding event
Yeah, it was a good
for
grinding event, but it
materials.
was overall it was very forgettable. We didn't even think that we were gonna get a welfare servant for that event, and it turned out to be eerie.
Pointless.
It was pointless. And I'm like, yeah, this is what I need, another fucking caster welfare. When
Mhm.
when Elizabeth from the first event ever is still a better caster than any of the event casters that have come out, except for maybe Sieg. But that's, here or there. It's the only
That's
big.
not much. I just remember Liz Caster being awful.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and of course it's not much. Uh, of course it's not much. Casters are honestly not the best artillery characters. Nero is, probably even in JP, still one of the best, like, attack casters.
Yes.
Uh,
Having had her on my Japanese version, I can confirm that.
mm-hmm. But basically that's how they are in canon anyway. Casters are not meant to be the strong ones in the group. So, but yeah, I don't know how we got here. We were talking about Arcade, but now we've taught back to cycle to FGO. Everything comes full circle. It's fine.
I have to imagine this is what happens at the Type Moon planning meetings. Like they start talking like, okay, this is the month we're really gonna crack down and knock out this Tsukihime remake, and then it's by the end of the meeting, it's like, how did we spend 45 minutes talking about Fate in this 50-minute meeting?
I don't know. So anyway, so this is probably when this game comes out, we're probably gonna finally get this, Tsukihime FGO crossover. Because remember, guys, every time there's an April Fool's joke, it becomes reality at some point. Every time. Basically, Type Moon is bad at making April Fool's jokes. That's the moral of the story. And I am
Except for
running.
that, except for that one outfit they gave Nero for Valentine for April Fools that one time.
Oh, the one where she becomes like president of the Japan or something.
No, like the idol or the dress.
Oh, that dress, the red dress.
Yes.
I think isn't it an outfit in one of the Extella games though?
It might be.
I think it's.
I feel like it came out during it came out during the like towards the beginning of Grand Order, I feel.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure it's an Extella outfit. Almost positive. I think it's unlockable.
Or it's DLC.
Narrow. Idle. Dress. Extella. Yeah, it's an Extella, I think. I didn't find it. I think it's there. Yeah, it's there. Yeah, it's there. It's an Extella.
Makes sense. It's a very nice outfit.
Mm-hmm. It is also a figure.
Yeah. Most of the shit is figures.
Mm-hmm. I kind of want this for cosplay. It's a very pretty dress.
I heard you defending your height on Twitter. You're too tall to be narrow.
Shut up. I am the average height of an average woman.
Okay, but narrow isn't.
What's narrow's height in centimeters?
She's like 4'11".
Look, narrow is the only saber I can cosplay because my boobs are too big. Don't quote me on that, guys. My boobs are too big to be Artoria, okay?
That just means you could be Archer.
No, they're not that big. Not that big, guys. I can't compete with Archer. Nobody can compete with Archer. Alright, I guess it's time to wrap up because we're talking about boobies again.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a common occurrence here on TMI because it's TMI, guys.
Yes.
Look, you're gonna end up talking about characters' bust sizes eventually. It's only now.
It's official information. It's there.
Yeah, it's there. It's for everyone
canonical.
To see. What's Nero Claudius's 150 centimeters?
I don't know what that translates to. I just know cup sizes.
She is.
I've never had to buy a bra.
No, that's her height. She's 150 cm. Wait, how tall was I in centimeters?
Hang on.
I'm scrolling down to my thing. Wait, how?
Okay, so she's 156, you said?
No, she's 150 centimeters.
Oh, she's not even 4'11". She's like 4 foot. Well, no, maybe that is. She's like 4'10", 4 foot. She probably is like around 4'11".
Mm-hmm.
So how tall are you?
Well, I'm 5'2" in English. I'm the average height of an average woman.
So you're like 157.
Yeah. See? Average. Narrow is short.
That's what I said. You're too tall.
Mm-hmm. There's not that much of a height difference, though. That makes me sad. I mean,
I don't know. I'm 3 inches taller than my dad. He thinks there's a pretty big difference.
I mean, at most, that is, I think it's like a shoulder difference in 10 inches, but I could be wrong. Because, I mean, 10 centimeters. 10 centimeters is completely different from inches. Because there's like 30 centimeters, there's almost 30 centimeters in a foot, which is 12 inches. So 10 inches is a third of the foot. So I'm probably not even a shoulder higher than Nero. I don't know. Anyway, it's nighttime. I'm thinking about things. We're off topic. What the fuck is happening? I'm gonna send you to somebody else's stream. I'm sorry, guys.
It's time to say it's the weekend. No homework.
No homework. You're free to go. The who's on Twitch right now?
Who's on next?
Who's
on first?
Who's streaming?
No, who is on first?
Who's streaming?
No, who is not streaming? Who was on first?
Second. I don't know how to do this joke.
I don't remember the rest of the joke. Someone is on second.
Go. Laz is on. Go to Laz. Let's go to Laz, guys. He can save me from this debacle. Somehow.
Or we talk about boobs again.
Yeah. Go there. He'll entertain you. Go. Go to Laz's stream, guys. I'm sorry. Every time I think I'm prepared, I'm not. Oh, have a good night. I lost track of what was happening